And this brings us to our second inaugural session of Dungeons and Dragons. Welcome. How
This time.
Yeah, this time. Hopefully, the last inaugural session, unless I kill you all. But we'll see how that goes. Well, I have great faith that you have learned from the lessons of the past, and you'll be better for it.
To take a dodge action if you have over 10 arrows pointing at you.
That's true.
Yeah, don't let that happen again.
Try not to hold the javelin.
Or just run away. Run away before that happens.
When he reaches back for the javelin, my face was like, what?
So this adventure starts off in a small community of Oakhurst.
Oakhurst, okay.
It's a plain town, not a lot going on. However, there have been some rumors of this sunken fortress, great riches hidden within, and we find our three heroes here today on a quest to gain glory and take part in great times. Would you like to introduce your characters? And since I have read none of your backgrounds, let's tackle introducing yourselves in character. Fully.
You want to go first?
Do you want us to just read our backstories?
No.
Okay, I'll read it.
Tell me about your character from the perspective of your character.
Let's start with the only non-wild Wildhammer.
I could introduce his character, and then he could introduce a different character. We could all introduce each other from our perspectives of their character.
Yeah, that sounds pretty great. Would you like
That
to
works.
do that?
Excellent, because okay, if you read Corey's backstory, you might realize that what I know about him is a lie. Flint over. So I'll just say, like, I'm Baron Wildhammer, brother with Pickle. But let me introduce you to this Flint fellow over here. Not knowing which side of video he's on, but Flint.
Yeah, he's up top.
That guy, Brady Bunch it. So Flint over here, he travels the world. He's an absolute great guy. He brings me cheeses from like all these different places that he travels. He's just like a all great guy. We go to the tavern and we drink our fill, and he makes sure I get home like at night. Great, wonderful person. Every once in a while, he comes with like maybe a little bit of contraband, but I guard the gates, and since he's such a cool guy, I let him through every once in a while. We got each other's back. Go ahead, somebody else introduce someone else.
Flint, would you like to tell me the truth about your character?
So let's be honest. So I've been going on a little gallivanting outside of the gates, as I typically have done since I was a wee young lad. And to be honest, I haven't really gone that far. But I have told a lot of tall tales of all the cool places I've gone. So, as I go outside the gates, I'll look for, nearby travelers that might have some free stuff that they're looking to get rid of. In the middle of the night, kind of while they're sleeping. So I bring it back and I show everyone all the cool places I've been and all the cool people I've seen, and with all the stuff that I brought. And definitely make sure if I ever see cheese, I bring it back for Baron because I know he likes it.
Okay, awesome. So taking a look at your character sheet, I think obviously you have earned yourself sleight of hand and stealth. Were there any languages perhaps that you picked up messing with all these travelers?
I'm sure. I probably don't. I don't think so. I mean, I didn't. I always was like in the middle of the night, kind of sneaking around. I may have caught like phrasing from like elves that were walking by to make sure if they were saying they're going to bed, I would catch like those kind of phrases, but nothing that I could actually like talk to anyone about.
Okay. All right, and I guess based on all that, are there any additional tool proficiencies you'd be interested in having?
So I think thieves' tools is really the major one. It's
Okay.
like me pickpocketing and like grabbing stuff out of chests. I think
All
that's almost necessary.
Will you by chance be proficient in any kind of instrument?
So I kind of want to be, but I don't think I am yet. My character definitely has an affinity for bagpipes.
Bagpipes. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and give that to you. Like you've been, thumbing your fingers on some sticks, squishing some sheep, who knows what else, and.
What is there an attribute for that, or does it matter?
Let's see. I would say that's charisma.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Post show.
All right.
There you go.
Flint, would you like to tell me a little bit about Pickle?
Oh, Pickle. So Pickle, he's always been kind of the big brother of the group. Oftentimes I find Pickle to be the guy who keeps us grounded, make sure we're not doing anything too stupid. Is the best way to describe it.
Yep.
And Pickle, what would you like to tell us about yourself?
Well, it's me, Mr. Pickle.
Here we go. You have to talk that voice the entire time now.
Yeah.
Right.
Not happening. Yeah, so Pickle, unlike similar to Bairn, but unlike all of the Wildhammers, Pickle was born to the Wildhammer clan, which are traditionally just simple guards and paladins watching over the city's gates. But at a young age, looking after my newborn brother, Mr. Bairn, I was crippled essentially by a trade wagon that would have crushed him, but it crushed me instead. So that kind of pulled me off of my normal, the generations long tradition of guarding the gate, as I needed to be sent to the clerics of Ilmater for treatment for my crippled legs. And basically I spent the next 2 years with the clerics, kind of learning their ways, watching them work, heal all the unfortunate souls that came by, and it just kind of really took a shining to it. And so instead of becoming a guard and a paladin, I took them up on the opportunity to learn the arts of clerisy and worship the god Ilmater in all of his magnificent ways.
They probably talk to you a lot about, striving in the face of adversity, and your crippled legs, as shattered as they may be, being just another challenge that the god Ilmater has placed before you.
So are you like in a wheelchair?
No, well, it took 2 years, but I've just have a slight limp now. I don't.
More like a swagger.
Did they tell you to walk it off?
I still have a slight sign, but I can walk at my normal speed, but there's a hint of a limp.
Okay.
Is your dexterity 8 then?
Yeah, it's really low. Explains it.
Man, it sounds like you need to take 5 feet off your speed as well.
Did you actually do that?
What?
I wouldn't do that to you.
It was like 20 feet would take forever to do anything.
Now, as a dwarf, you do get proficiency in, I think it's your choice of smith's tools, brewer's tools, or mason's tools. You don't get all three.
I'm not really familiar with what each does.
Well, a smith.
Masonry is
Yeah. Masonry would be like bricklaying and things like that. Building, brewing would be alcohol related, and smith's tools would be in regards to stonework and things like that. Or excuse me, not stonework, metalwork, weapons, armors.
You totally are making ales with the
horseshoes.
brothers. Ales with the brothers.
Now, if you want, you can keep one of those as one of your background proficiencies.
I'll just do brewers
Okay.
supplies,
Awesome.
and that'll tie to my it'll tie to my time spent with Bairn in his favorite haunt pub, where he would often meet our friend Flint.
Awesome. Hmm.
The three dwarves.
Let's see.
Where's it at?
I'm going to give you the option for proficiency in either a dice set, dragon chess, playing card set, or 3 dragon ante set. Because I'm going to assume that while you were spending time recovering, you had to, find ways to pass the time.
What were the three?
Dice set, dragon chess set, playing cards, or 3 dragon ante.
What is dragon chess set? Wait, no, dragon chess. Are you saying chess?
Yeah, dragon chess.
It's on 145. If you look at your D&D book, it's 145.
Yeah, I'll do the ante.
Okay.
I'd have no idea. But
Ante set.
You might want to look at what that is.
I have no idea what it is. I'll do it.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't either.
It's a kind of card game.
What's it called?
I just sent
3
it in the
dragon
chat.
ante.
3-dragon space ante.
Yep.
I assume it's like a cards game.
Definitely not giving you acrobatics.
Thank you.
He's gotten so good at hopping on one leg that he's really acrobatic.
Okay, it says a deck of cards is okay. So it says a deck of cards is for 3 dragon ante. So dragon ante is a game which requires a deck of cards.
Okay.
Oh, weird.
I guess it's like whether you're proficient with just regular card games or 3 dragon ante specifically.
Gotcha. Okay, that's cool.
And 3 dragon ante actually costs more too. It's a whole gold where playing card sets 5 silvers.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just FYI.
Yeah, I'll do 3 dragon.
So it's probably more of a rich man's game opposed to like if we're in the shitty area of town and you're like, you want to play? They'd be like, look at this nobleman. Correct.
Yeah.
This guy. All right, Brian. What's next?
Let's see. We got to give you one more skill and a language.
Me?
Yes.
A language.
That's common and dwarvish.
Yeah. Besides common and dwarvish.
Yeah, like when you were at the monastery, like learning your. All right, go ahead, Brian. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
That's what I mean, yeah, I get it. But what other languages would make sense? I mean, I have common and dwarvish.
Elvish.
Well, this will-
Yeah. Let's go. Let's take a look at them really quick.
So, yeah, so I mean, I'm assuming most traders and most visitor or travelers speak common. So they're like, part of my backstory is like hatred for the upper class of dwarven society because like looking after the lower class.
Okay.
Is there a race that's like, you would find in the lower classes?
Halflings.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
common.
Yeah.
Halfling.
Cool.
I'll do that. Halfling, common, and dwarvish.
Cool. There's also Orcish, Goblin, and giant. Tossing that out for you guys.
And there's
Right.
draconic for the dragon folk.
There is draconic. I doubt any of you would speak it though.
I doubt it too.
As a dwarf, I don't think I'll know Goblin or Orcish.
Okay.
Oh well, we probably hate them. So
Well,
you could learn it for that.
Oh yeah, what are
Maybe
the
like if we.
typical, what are the typical hates and racisms of the?
I mean, like Byron or Pickle, you and I grew up out like defending the gate. Like we probably learned our family history about how we defended the gates against like orcs or goblins all the time. So we could have learned their language.
It's cool. Halfling sounds like a good one.
Yeah.
They're a simple folk.
That ties my backstory a little bit better.
All right.
Yeah.
And then let's see. We'll just put a. Did you want to do 3 Dragon Andy or just card set for your proficiency?
I'll
Or dice.
go with card set actually.
Okay.
Just because again my disdain of the upper class. So that sounds like a rich person's game. So I'll go with card set.
Keep in mind you're just proficient in this. We're probably going to want to buy this stuff before we go, and that's cheaper. So.
Yeah. All right. Now I've been messing with it, but is it pickle or pickle?
I'll go with pickle. It's easy.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Pickle, then, would you like to introduce Bairn to the group?
Yes, Bairn is a kindred spirit. Bairn would have been a pancake if it weren't for me, but as it would be, he's not. And he, during my time at the kind of the temple of Ilmater, Bairn grew up around the rest of the brothers of the Wildhammer family. Took after them, was strong-willed, and just very just a wild spirit. You know, when I came back, I really noticed he was a little bit different than the rest of us. Your traditional Wildhammer, kind of like myself. There's just something a little different about him, and he's got an independent streak, which makes him a little bit of a troublemaker, a little bit of a wild soul. So, I wasn't too surprised to find out that he mercilessly beat few noblemen in a bar for making fun of the commoners. But due to my own hatred of the class, I was supportive of him through the incident. And rather than punish him, I thought it would be smart to send him on these patrols outside the city, away from the commands and this rigid structure, somewhere he can really he could flourish on his own. So he's he really embraced those trips out into the wild, and is started to really kind of come into his own out amongst the far reaches.
Cool.
And he's my younger brother by 18 years.
By 18 years. Wow, what a difference.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bairn, do you think there's any tools or languages you may have picked up during your travels?
Specifically, I could have picked up Elvish or any type of race that really liked the outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up basically I would go on my patrols around the mountains, and I really grew an affinity for like the wildlife and trekking and summiting the mountains. And so I'd come back from my patrol and, restock on supplies and go to the tavern and drink. And I probably would have tried to talk to the elves, about, like how my passion for the forest was like, so awesome. So.
Cool. Yeah, we'll definitely give you Elvish. Do you think your time spent amongst the mountains, you ran into any giants? May have picked up some giant languages. You may have not run into them, but you may have found like their caves and some of their giant.
I could have if they. Yeah,
Yeah. Cool.
giants would have been cool, you know, as long as they weren't like I certainly wouldn't have liked the goblins or orcs or anything that would have just been like destroying the forest. But I assume the giants would just be kind of like roaming
Yeah.
the
Awesome.
wild and leaving.
Were you interested in any tool proficiencies? Additional ones?
If anything, it would probably be either wood carver's tools, herbalism kit, or leatherworking.
Yeah, let's give you an herbalism kit, and I'll let you choose between those two languages.
That makes sense.
Perfect. Let's go with Elvish.
That makes sense. It's a good idea to have one person that speaks Elvish in the party.
And what is the attribute for herbalism kit?
Wisdom.
That's what I thought. Perfect. Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, my guy. I also, as Byron said, I got involved in a tavern brawl, and that's really what set me out to like kind of have to go do those patrols. So
Awesome.
I like my drink, and I like the wilderness.
Right on. So, what was it that caused the three of you to set out on this journey?
I'll say what, Brian? What, Corey?
Me, glory and fame. That's all I want.
And I'll say the tales that Baron would bring back from his travels kind of kindled a adventurer's spirit in myself. So when Baron approached me for XYZ reason about this adventure with Flint, I decided that A, I wanted to participate, and B, I needed to keep him out of trouble.
Awesome.
I'm not sure why Baron meant, but that's my reason.
In all honesty, I was going to say Flint would probably approach me like all the great stuff that he's like brought back, and he's like, you know, let's go check it all out. Like, I've told you all these stories, like, let's go check it all out.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, all right, I've liked what I've seen so far outside the gates. Like, let's see what else is out there.
Cool. And perhaps, you know, you heard a rumor about some sunken fortress, and there's a city or a town that is near it. And thus you made your way to it. The town is named Oakhurst. It has a village hall, general store, shrine, jail, blacksmithery, and the Old Boar Inn. And I guess after a few weeks travel, you managed to make your way there. Fine. Our three adventures.
Okay. So where do you want to go? Do you want to go to the inn? Do you want to buy some items? We can go to the market. I think it's still daylight, so we can go to the market.
Well, Flint, I would say you're the one with world experience. I'm open to following you.
Yeah, what do we know?
Let's go check out the market. Yeah, I'm very familiar with this town. I've been here quite a few times, so I think the market's right over here. So we should go there first.
Well, before we buy stuff, do we know what we're getting into? Like, what items are going to be good to purchase?
We talked. Brian mentioned that there's rumors of a hidden fortress, so we know we're going to dive into that.
Okay.
Sorry.
How far away is this fortress? So let's go talk to the merchants and see if we can figure out anything about this fortress. Yeah.
Time out. What are we calling Brian? He's not Valexum. What is he? All right. What are you?
You can just call me Dungeon Master.
Okay.
Slayer of noobs, you know, whatever you like.
Noob Slayer.
Noob Slayer. Okay, so
anyway, we're going into the fortress.
They call me the Doombringer.
I mean, what I'm saying is we could go to the tavern if there's any rumors of what's there.
Yeah.
And if
let's go talk to some market.
Like, what if we want holy water? Like,
Yeah.
coming from the grave or something.
Yeah, there is a general store there. Would you like to head?
That's where we're going to go to the general store.
General store sounds good.
Do need rations.
Do it.
Yeah.
got
Inside you find a very nicely dressed woman. She seems to be adorned in finery. And she looks at the three of you and says, "What can I provide for you this day?"
What is your name, milady?
You may call me Carowin of the Hercule family. We are well established in these parts, I might say. One of you
Excellent.
can give me an insight check if you'd like.
Okay,
Uh, Who's good with insight?
No, I'll do it. Did someone already do it?
Baron, you've gotten into fights with your share of people and particularly nobles, and this person definitely gives off the air of a noble.
Hmm.
All right. So, all right, milady. We were hoping to buy a few items today. We were hoping to go on a little adventure, if you will.
So adventuring, that sounds quite quaint.
What do you have any tools that we may look at?
Well, I have an assortment of goods. Any items that you need, we do have some packs provided, and whatever else. I'm sure we can scrounge some
Of course. We
things
know that
together.
you,
I do not know what you adventurers require.
well, I know that you come from obviously you come from great, astounding grandeur. We were hoping that
Ah, you
we may
finally
come
noticed. Thank you.
we were hoping that if you may help us commoners with a few items. We do have money, but obviously things like getting into some chests like thieves' tools. We would hoping
These
that you may
tools?
have these.
Oh, that sounds quite beneath me. Any stock I would carry would in no way be related to those.
I was talking in general, so like bagpipes.
What
just
kind of
joke.
person do you think I am?
No, I was talking about tools in general. Do you have like wood carver's tools, tinker's tools, bagpipes? You know, armor.
Of course, I
swords.
carry an assortment of devices for the local artisans.
So do you have
Excellent.
bagpipes?
Bagpipes. Oh, goodness, no.
Ah,
What about an herbalism kit?
The
So we-
sound just, oh, it drives me.
Milady,
that's
Milady,
fair, milady.
I would love. I love to cook, and do you have an herbalism kit or anything that might help me go collect such things?
Herbalism kit. Yes, I do believe I have something of the sort. The
What-
local flower girls and the like, they like to come here and have their little tools to pick their various plants. Yes, I think I have something here for you.
I have a good 3 gold. We'd love to buy it with.
Herbalism kit. Let us take a look. She kind of snorts at you and excuse me, but the price is listed right here for you. It's 5
What is
gold.
it?
Thank you very much.
Oh, but
Oh,
I mean, couldn't you do us
I
a dear?
apologize. Could you not read it?
No, I definitely can't read it. I
I'm
appreciate
sorry.
it.
I just
do.
assumed
Thank
that you were literate, but
No, that's fair. That's fair. We dwarves,
I'm curious. What else is around? Like how big is this general store? Usually, like
it
they're
seems
kinda like
it
this.
seems a pretty well stocked, very nice general store.
Oh, okay.
A lot of money has been dumped into it, and yeah, it's clearly has nice display racks, glass top counters, little tags for things, hooks that that other pouches and whatnot might be hanging on.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm gonna walk around and
It
kind of
doesn't
like
look
look
though
at the.
like she did this. It looks like she got someone to do it for her.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of go around some shelves and kind of put and let Baron and Pickle talk to her as I look
Okay.
around.
Okay. Can you show me like what what kind of adventurer's tools would you have? Like we're about to go out exploring. Is there anything that you would commonly sell to people such as us?
Well, actually, I do recall there were some adventures that came through here not too long ago. I believe that, yes, was it a very brawny man, a robed figure. He was carrying a large book. What else? One of them had a great sword on their back. Yes, I think I could pull up receipts and let you take a look at some of the items they purchased, and I think we have some similar things of the sort still.
Great. That sounds wonderful.
And so, yeah, she hands you a receipt, and there's an assortment of things on it. Looks like pittons, ropes, bedrolls, blankets. There was a request for rations. Was there
Okay.
anything you were specifically looking for glancing down this list?
Let's see.
And by glancing down the list, I mean looking at the adventure gear section in the book.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Can she see me right now?
I
So-
assume that she can see you. Yes.
I'm not like sneaking around. I can't. Can I sneak around easily?
I mean,
Sure.
she has a fairly good view of the shop, and she knows that there's 3 people in it right now. And
So I
In addition
couldn't.
to
Can I?
yourself.
Can I like try to sneak something? Is that
You like a sleight of hand? Could I try to distract her here?
give me
Well-
a perception check really quick.
me? Who perception?
Clint.
Clint.
And
Oh yeah. You notice that like there seem to be small bells that are attached to all the items.
Yep. Okay. So I slowly join the group.
You notice that they're okay. If I were to buy a flask, what could I potentially fill that with? Like where would you recommend filling a flask with if you have any flasks, of course?
Well, you could fill it with liquid. I mean, you could fill it with sand too if you found some sand. But you could probably take it to the local inn, and they would have like casks of ale or water or things like that.
Okay.
So I pipe up and I go. I'd really like a bedroll and a blanket, please.
Absolutely. And she goes to ring it up. Bedroll and a blanket. She looks at you. She says, "It's going to be 1 gold, 5 silver."
If we bought 3 of them, would you give us a reduced price?
No.
No, there's nothing you can do for us here in any way, shape, or form.
What do I look like? Some beggar that is in need of money?
No, of course not,
I'm
lady.
running a business here, a very proper business.
I just thought maybe you might appreciate the fact that we're trying to buy in bulk. That is all.
Oh, where else will you be buying from? But from my establishment.
That is fair. All right, so I give her my 1 gold and 5 silver.
Okay. Go ahead and
All right.
mark that off your
The
sheet
Noob
and,
Slayer.
and add it to your.
The Noob Slayer still doesn't want me to use my charisma.
Are we to assume the grappling hook is has rope with it, or is it just a hook that I have to attach to rope?
Grappling
You should
hook
have-
sounds
I have
like it's
rope.
just a hook.
I have rope.
I have rope too. I was just
She
curious.
does also sell rope here.
I
Many fine lengths of rope.
Okay, I'd like to buy your herbalism kit, a grappling hook, so one piece of chalk, and some soap. Can't be smelling that bad.
You want some extra rations?
So let's find this really quick. Herbalism kit. 5 gold.
Okay.
Let's see. You said a grappling hook.
Yeah, 2 gold.
Okay, 2
Well,
gold.
according to the book. If we're going directly by the
Yeah,
book.
we're
the
going
grappling-
directly off the book for this.
Okay, and then the soap is 2 copper pieces.
Okay. And did you want anything else in addition to those 3 things?
I mean, I already have rope.
Never have too much rope.
How many rations do you have, Will?
10.
Oh, then yeah.
1 a day.
Oh, and 1 chalk. I got 1 piece of chalk, which is also 1 copper piece.
Okay, awesome. So she looks at
I think
you and says, "That shall be 7 gold, 3 copper."
Okay, and I shall give that to her, and 7 gold puts me at 13 minus, so 12, 3 copper. What does that put me at?
3 copper is like
Minus 1 gold.
97 copper, or
97 copper and what, like 99 silver
100,
pieces?
100. What is it? 100 copper is 1 gold. So you can
100
say
copper is 1 gold. How many silver pieces is it?
that's 9 silver, 7 copper.
Gotcha. Okay, so 97 copper pieces and 12 gold is what I should have now.
Cool.
Yes. Or 9 silver and 7 copper.
9 silver. No.
Yeah. She wouldn't
Fine,
hand you
9
that
silver,
much copper. She'd definitely hand you silver.
Okay, cool. And now I'm just going to add this stuff while Byron buys whatever he wants.
Yes. I would like to buy a 1 bedroll, please.
Okay.
Dude, buy a tent for us. It fits 2 people. The Wildhammer brothers.
Yeah. She says,
It's 2 people. It changes everything.
what's that?
It said the brewer's toolkit, if it is available.
The brewer's kits. I believe. Let's see. 1 second.
You
I don't
said
have
20
anything.
gold.
I don't have anything of that sort. But if you do go to the local inn, they should be able to supply you with something like that.
Perfect. Then just do I need Brian? Do I need to buy the card set since I'm proficient in it?
You want music?
Yes, you can buy cards if you want.
Oh, yes.
She does
Could I just
have
buy
some packs available on the counter.
Oh, yes. Could I buy one of these card sets, please, to go along with the bedroll?
And she
Did you
looks at
get a
you.
blanket?
1 gold, 5 silver.
Did either of you get a blanket?
I already have one.
I already have a bedroll.
I did not.
Okay.
She looks at the 3 of you and says, "So where are you all heading?"
We're hoping to head to a sunken town or city.
Yes, I believe the 3 adventurers before were talking about something along those lines.
When did they leave last?
It was some weeks ago.
How many of them were there?
Oh, did I say 3? I meant 4.
And only one of them had a great sword?
Pity me, it's been quite some time.
How far away is it?
Is what?
How far away is the sunken, the hidden city?
Heard of? Well, I've heard some rumors, but I don't know where. I haven't really busied myself with any knowledge of it.
Do you have any
Perhaps-
ponies?
Says,
What was your-
unfortunately, we do not stock ponies for sale here. Kind of looks around.
That's-
There's
I
not
thought
enough
this was-
room for a pony inside this store.
When she says that to me, I just go like, "Psh, I'm out of here, and then I just
I'm out too.
Before
maybe
and
this place wasn't
Have
one
a
time.
pleasant day.
as these two walk out, I turn back and ask, "Do you know of where we might find more information about this temple?
Oh,
This
there's,
hidden."
there's quite a few people that gather at the inn.
Yeah, that's where I was
All
gonna go.
sorts of individuals.
Let's get some drunk on.
All right. I thank her and walk out.
Okay. She bids you adieu.
So I turn to the group and I'm like, "Hey guys, I'm getting a bit thirsty. Let's be honest. It's already 8 a.m. in the morning. I really need some ale. So I think we should definitely go towards the inn."
Excellent.
All right.
Pickle, you in?
You see an inn. It's got some giant tusks on the front that are like built into the sign, and it reads Old Boar Inn.
Better than New Boar. Let's go in, guys.
There's a rather friendly-looking fellow, very big, muscular human. Seems to be pouring some drinks for some patrons. He's, "Oh, welcome! Greetings! How are you doing this day, young travelers?"
Doing well, and yourself, sir.
"Ah, business has been booming. Come on in.
Oh, has it?
Let me pour you a drink."
I must ask, how much is it to stay here at night?
Let's see.
Before we
it's-
drink all of your ale.
Oh, well, I challenge you to drink all of my ale. It's only a silver per person to stay the night.
Okay. Do you have anything we could help you with that may reduce the cost or make it free?
No, I think I can handle this all myself. Please, before we continue to talk, pull up, take a seat, grab a drink.
All right, how big is this place? Like, how many other people are in there?
There's about like 7 or 8 other people in there.
All right, and I want to ask him like, what's a good ale from these parts? I'm a dwarf. I like my strong ale.
Oh, dwarf! Well, I can see you're a dwarf. And a fine-looking fellow at that. Ah, well, I do. Rosie, do we have some ale that dwarves might enjoy? And, the barmaid steps forward and she's like, "Well, I think we did receive some fine dwarven ales in a shipment this past week. Would you like me to scrounge that up for you?" Yes, go ahead and grab that. So she runs to the back and rolls a barrel up, and they tap the keg for you and pour 3 ales out.
How much are these ales?
They're just a copper apiece.
And you said that there's 7 other people?
Yes.
I'd like to buy a round for the bar.
Oh, there we go, and a cheer goes up.
That takes care of my 7 copper, right?
All right, there we go. Yeah, one of the patrons.
Yeah.
One of the patrons looks to you and he's like, "Oh, what can I call you, friend? You've bought me this ale. It's much appreciated. I've been begging them to pull that out for the past week. Ever since they got it in, they just refused."
I'm Baron. I'm not from around here. Maybe you could acquaint me with your wonderful town.
"Yes, Oakhurst. It is a marvelous town. A little small, but it's homely. We enjoy it."
What is your name?
You can call me Job.
Job. Excellent. Come pull a seat up at our table.
Thank you. He's just another human. Looks like he's getting ready for a day out working in the fields.
Job, have you come across any travelers recently that looked heavily armed or like they were out for adventuring?
Job looks around. He's like, yeah, there were 4 adventurers some weeks past. There's a guy with a bow and another guy. He had a real big sword on his back. They had some old fellow with them with some robes and yeah, a real burly looking fellow as well. Yeah, they were looking for, what was it? Garen! And the barkeep looks over and he's like, Garen, what was the name of the place they were searching after? Garen looks over and he's like, the name. Yes, the place, I believe it's called the Sunless Citadel. Yes.
Interesting.
Did they say how far they were going?
Yes, it's about a 7 days trip from here. Excuse me, seven. Oh, clearly I've had too much to drink. 7 hours. It's not too far away.
Would you be able to? Is there a efficient route to get there?
Yes, the old road. It skirts the Ashen Plain. It's a lifeless area.
Anything to worry about when you travel that?
Yeah, Baron, would you like to give me an intelligence history check?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see. Yeah, that is exactly what you needed. You know, the Ashen Plain, it's desolate area, and the desolation was attributed to a long ago rampage of a dragon named Chardalon. And a few locals may know this, but definitely know it as well.
Interesting.
What time of day is it right now?
Morning.
What's the weather like?
Yeah. The weather. Oh boy, are we gonna do a weather check real fast?
Maybe. We could just
Anymore.
know what the weather is right now. Does someone want to do a weather check? I have survival.
No, I think he means like.
Who wants to roll a d20 for me?
All right, I'll do it.
6. Yeah, it's a clear day. Can you roll another 20 for me? And it's a little windy.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a
Stormy.
nice day out. It's the middle of summer. A little hot, but you guys can put up with it. The breeze definitely helps with the weather.
So I asked the barkeep, hey, is there anything we should be thinking about? We were thinking about going the same way.
Job looks at you and he's like, "That's a dangerous area. We cattle herders. We don't graze our stock too far afield these days. Here, there's a good deal of monsters that maraud at night. Don't want to risk our cattle."
What kind of monsters?
Don't know, but a friend of mine, he went out. What was it? A few weeks ago? He was found dead the next day. He had dozens of needle-like wounds. Quite odd.
Okay.
I've never seen anything like that. It's not something that would be formed by a blade or anything like that. It wasn't thieves.
And then I inquired, so is there anything else to buy here besides good ale? I love this dwarven ale, but I was hoping that you guys might have more to sell than just
Of
a good
course,
fighting drink.
food. Of course, we have that.
I definitely would like to buy some food then.
All right, Rosie. Pulls up some plates and tosses you three nice dishes of haggis.
Ooh,
Haggis,
God.
excuse me.
Haggis. How much is the haggis? This looks delicious.
Just a copper.
All right. I throw a copper. I throw 3 copper. I pay for everyone.
Great. Baron, you've just been served a nice portion of haggis.
Great.
I thought you would like that.
No, I
Living
would.
out in the wilds.
Anything that's home cooked sounds wonderful.
Yeah, it is
So
definitely
my guy
home cooked.
chows down,
Yeah.
knowing that we're gonna have a full day ahead of us.
You take a whiff and the aroma just washes over you. It's a gloriously well cooked haggis. Rosie looks at you.
Should we?
I poured my heart and soul into this, so you better enjoy it and don't leave any scraps.
Excellent. It's delicious. Hey, would you by any chance? I'm talking to the barkeep.
Yeah.
Would you by any chance be able to provide my companion over here with brewer tools, or maybe you could age a cask of an ale in your inn somewhere?
He looks at you. He's like, "Well, I think I. Let's see. Rosie, what do we have available?" Rosie's like, "Well, I believe all of our tools or brewing kits are in use at the moment. We should have one available for you. What is it? There's a batch that finishes next week, I think."
We may be back to buy it. Wishing us
Excellent.
good fortune.
Excellent. Good. I'll make sure not to prepare anything for it. We'll hold on to it for you.
Well, I wish them good day, and I say, I scream over to Pickle and Baron. I think it's time they make on.
Indeed. This haggis was delicious. Time for us to move on.
All right.
I hold my hand up to Flint and say, "Let me finish my haggis," and then I proceed out the door.
All right. Garen wishes you a good day, and you're now all out in the street.
Perfect. Is there anything else in the town? So there was a inn, a
General store.
general store, and what else?
There's the village hall, a shrine, a jail, and a blacksmith.
Ooh, the
Let's
black.
go by the blacksmith.
Yeah, let's check that guy out.
Yeah.
So you go to the blacksmith's.
I call in and go, hello, how are you? We're hoping to see your wares.
Yeah, stout dwarf steps from behind the
Oh.
forge and he's, "Oh, brethren! Welcome!
Brother!
Howdy! How do you do this day?"
We're doing grand. We are planning on going to see the hidden city.
Hidden City. Oh, yes, yeah, it's about 7 hours out of town. I know of what you speak. We had,
Do you have anything that can help us on this journey?
Well, what do you need? Anything.
Would
Let's
you
see.
by any chance have smith's tools, good sir,
Smith's
that
tools.
you could lend me?
Take a look. Yes, I have a set here. Well, if you're traveling, you may need a way to carry it, but the anvil and all that, it'll just be 20 gold. What say you?
I may come back for it.
Excellent. Can I get you anything else
I don't
here?
need of anything specific. No,
Did
I do
you,
not.
by any chance, have any other recent customers come by that looked like they were traveling that way too? Did they purchase any particular items that you found interesting?
Yes, there was a big burly fellow that came through. He needed me to sharpen his blade. Yeah, big war axe. Oh boy, he was talking about going to that sunken city and citadel. My words, they escape me at the moment. Something about ancient dragon cults or something of the sort.
Interesting.
Not
Would you?
seen a dragon through these parts in decades. I don't know about any cults that are there, but have to see.
Excellent.
So, Pickle,
Is it-
do you need to
weapons?
try anything?
I look over at my warhammer and my shield and my chainmail. I think I'm covered.
All right.
Do you have any light hammers?
Light hammers. Of course, yes. Of course, I have a light hammer. Let me take a look.
I guess clarification real quick. Warhammer is warhanded two-handed or one-handed?
Two.
It's versatile.
Is a
It's
one-handed weapon that you can wield it in two hands to deal more damage.
Okay, but I can carry it in one hand with my shield.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
And,
light hammers. Yeah, he actually has a nice set of them on display. They'll just be 2 gold apiece for you.
All right, I'd like to take. Let's go ahead and take 2, and then what about any shields?
Excellent. Yes, I've got a shield back here, and he goes through a scrap of lumber. You know, pulls out a nice round-looking shield for you.
How much?
Let's see.
All
10
right,
gold.
Just tell me Corey left the meeting.
Oh, he's still here.
He's got a frozen face for me.
Oh, okay. Well, it's 10
We gotta
gold for you.
10 gold.
Yeah.
Shit. I just bought 2 light hammers, which puts me at 8.
Yeah, he looks at you. He's like, brother, if you need a shield, I can cut you down to 8 gold.
Thank you so much, friend. You know, I appreciate it so much.
Ah, just promise me you're going to come back for those smith's tools.
Oh yes, definitely. You'll be the person I go to for those.
Right. If you find anything down there that looks to be of value, send it to me. I'll appraise it.
I like the sound of that.
Getting Corey back?
I haven't seen him yet. John, if we take while we're waiting for him, we might take like a restroom break.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
go.
want to take like a 5-10 minute break?
Yes, let's say meet back up here at like 8:05.
Yeah,
8:10.
cool. Sounds good.